What's up, everybody? How are you doing? Welcome back to Synalytics Crypto. My name's Mike. We're hanging out with Bruce Lee and my girl here, La Planta Corazon. And we're going to talk to you about 5 things on this channel that we're keeping an eye on right now. And I hope you guys enjoy this content because looks like we're dealing with a little bit of red here, you guys. Probably headed down towards another little bit of a downturn. We talked about this in last night's video. I think overall everything is fine. Do expect more dips in the future. And I mean the immediate future as well as the permanent future. These things happen. Still a good entry point on a lot of coins, and as well as a chance to kind of sit and wait to see what happens. We are probably going to be turning a little bit more bearish before we go back up into the bull trend that I do expect to happen. I think a lot of this has to do with tax season and simply tax season because the news is too good out there. The institutional layers are great. Everything overall is healthy, you guys, but I want to talk about 5 particular projects. Now, we've talked about we've talked about 3 of these projects before. Actually, so we're talking about 6 projects because 5 that we want to keep an eye on. And I am invested in all 5 of these. I have videos on all of them as well, except for Ethernity Chain. But I will be doing a separate video on Ethernity Chain because I am really starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel at this on this particular project. This could be really, really, really big. But one also that we'll talk about at the very end that I have not invested in yet because I just don't know if I want to invest in this project or if I want to increase my Ethernity Chain. So let's get started. The number 1 coin to be keeping an eye on right now is none other than Cardano, you guys. We love Cardano. I love Cardano. It's still my biggest holding to date, and there's a reason for that. I am definitely in profit in Cardano, and I just love this project. I think long term, this is going to be perennially in the top 5. I do think it belongs being number 3, and I do think that we will get back there. There's a lot coming in Cardano. There's a 360. I don't know if it's already happened yet or if it's just coming later today. Interview with Charles Hoskinson. But the thing about Cardano, you guys, is that people, they want to consistently see growth. They want to see this just constantly go up and up and up and up. It just doesn't really work that way. For us to be holding well over $1, even in a pullback, is a really good sign. There's a great floor here. I've talked about the dollar clubbers before, the dollar clubbers on the way up that were selling before $1, and the dollar clubbers that are coming down. So on the other end of that, because there's a lot of people who are going to invest in Cardano as it closes in on back towards $1. So those are the smart dollar clubbers, if you ask me. A great entry point on Cardano is anywhere near $1. I mean, even at today's prices, regardless of what pullbacks are happening, ADA's got a long way to go, guys. The thing about ADA is once news comes out, I mean, it could be like big news. A lot of these projects, they're news driven, but they only have, so much. And especially when they talk about mainnet launches and all these other things like that, people buy the rumor, sell the news, all that stuff, can move a coin, but they're really only temporary. When Cardano comes out with news, it's big. Coinbase listing, big. It didn't give us the gains that we were all looking for, but nonetheless, huge. You can now buy Cardano on Coinbase. That's massive going forward. There's a whole bunch of Africa news. They blanket it and they umbrella it under Africa news. There's anything at any time could come out that could be huge for Cardano. Working with entire countries in Africa. They've got the Goguen mainnet coming up at some point. We've already got the ability to do so many things that we didn't have before with this particular project. I'm not going to go. This is not a deep dive on any of these projects. It's just simply kind of like a Synalytics crypto personalized news event. I would never sell my Cardano for anything less than $2. I will be taking some profit near the $2 mark because you're going to have the $2 clubbers at that point. People taking profits because they know that when this asset starts to hit certain significant milestones like dollar increments, there will be a lot of people taking profits and hoping to probably buy back in at a cheaper price, thus increasing their Cardano holdings. So Cardano, based on any news that comes out, could be absolutely massive. Charles Hoskins is already talking about a lot of NFT projects porting over to Cardano, and you guys were having trouble with Ethereum. Look, I like Ethereum. I'm not one of those people who has to choose Cardano over Ethereum or Ethereum over Cardano. I've talked about it before on the channel. These two are keeping each other honest. They're keeping each other moving forward. They're keeping each other competing. Competition is always good. So the fact that Ethereum is still having troubles with the layer 2 scaling, which all of us pretty much expected, and the Ethereum gas fees going down and Uniswap v3 being delayed until May 5th, Cardano could be in a opportunity to take pole position on a lot of things that they're competing with Ethereum on. Now, if that happens, I think it would open up the floodgates and it would just be pouring in. So don't let go of your Cardano. That's all I'm trying to say. Next project that we're going to look at, I have these pulled up on my phone here, who is also working with Cardano, is Coti. I love Coti. Coti is got so many, is that a word? Is that proper English? Probably not. Coti has a lot of news coming up. There are several more events just this month alone leading into next month. I think Coti is a very, very solid play right now. I mean, you can see that even in this pullback, we're still in the green 5.8% and just under a $300 million market cap at 44 cents. So Coti's doing well, you guys. I'm really digging what's going on. Look at Ethernity chain. Oh, top of the charts. We'll get to that towards the end of the video. But Coti is another one to keep an eye on, you guys. I think that they're going to. This is one of those projects. Excuse me. That has steady growth ahead of it. This is the kind of project that we can see, and it's proven itself even in the pullback. That's not going to dump. I don't see this project dumping. The market cap is way too low on Coti to be doing any massive scale dumping outside of black swan events like Bitcoin taking a 30% dip. Next one I want to talk about, well, since it's on my list and it's already up on here, it's Ethernity chain, you guys. I do love this project. I am invested in this project. This is just the beginning for this particular project. They haven't even launched any NFTs yet. There's so many things happening with this project that haven't even taken place yet. I do expect Ethernity chain to bust through $100 at some point in the next month or two, based on whatever news are going to be coming out, based on building their NFT platform, based on all of the famous people who are getting ready to be involved, Tony Hawk being one of them. Tony Hawk is a personal acquaintance of mine. I've known him for many, many, many years. We grew up in the same town together. He used to come and eat my restaurant a lot of times, and he's just a really cool guy. And what he did with Ethernity chain, releasing that NFT that he's going to do with his 540, the last one he's ever done, that's cool. I mean, that's just setting a precedent for what can actually be done on a project like this. They're also doing a lot of charitable work too. So you guys, this is one of the most underrated projects right now, and I have this up there with Luxo as extremely still underdeveloped and underrated as far as the price action that can take place and what they're actually doing with NFTs for the long run. A market cap of only 190 million for this project. This is nothing. This will be a billion or a multi-billion-dollar asset at some point this year, considering that the bull run does continue the way it's supposed to. It's got a good 24-hour trading volume, you guys. A circulation is a very small compared to what it has, but a lot of projects when they first come out are like that. That's nothing that I think you should worry about with this particular project. This is not a rug pull type situation or anything that's scary to work with. So this is great. You got good 24-hour lows, good 24-hour highs. I love this project. We're going to be doing more of a deep dive pretty soon on this particular project. I think it is worthy of having its own particular video. But like I said, this is just something that we're bringing to light, and mostly because of the Telegram channel. There's a lot of new members that have joined the Telegram. We're basically 600 strong now, and everybody's very active. Everybody's very nice. Everybody's very likable, and it's easy to talk to them. No one's trying to shill or dump projects or trying to DM people and scam people. So scammers, I'm after you. Don't even try to come mess about. But for those of you who just love crypto trading and love crypto banter and everything, please come join. The link is in the description below. Great place to be, you guys. Really great place to be. And I appreciate all of you guys who are active members in there. By the way, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, what are you doing? It's time to subscribe. Let's keep this channel growing. I'm loving the growth so far. It's great. Share it with a friend. Share it with a family member. And to those of you, my family members, you know who you are for sharing it with each other. I appreciate you guys. This is a place for everyone to come, friends, family, and newcomers, old dogs, whatever it may be. We're having a lot of fun at Synalytics Crypto, and the growth is all thanks to you guys. So thank you very much. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you could, because that gets more of the algorithm triggered, and these videos get out to more and more people, and that is what we want in this space. Next project that we're going to talk about that I do really like on this channel, and I have talked about it before, is UFT. Let's go plug in UFT and see what comes up. Again, you guys, not a deep dive by any means, just a resurgence of what we've talked about before. Unilend Finance. Unilend is going to be doing some very, very big things in this space. I do implore you to go and research this one in particular on your own. I'm not going to spoon feed you. I know you guys like it quick and easy, but that's not really where, you know, the good basis for feeling comfortable with your investments lies. It's in your own research. Go look at Unilend Finance, you guys. This is going to be huge. The market cap of 67 million is so undervalued for Unilend. Again, another project that I can see reaching $1 billion evaluation, if not more. They are listed on Binance. I know a lot of people are always complaining, oh, if it's not on Binance, I can't see it. Well, you need to have multiple platforms because you know, for us in the US, we can't invest in Binance. We can do Binance US, but that does not carry this particular project. I got mine on Uniswap, where I get a lot of the things that I can't reach. This is a great one to be invested in. So many great partnerships. Not even, I mean, less than 60 days old, according to this for sure. This is a beautiful project. It's got a decent chart. Yeah, it's a little choppy. It's up and down. Of course, there's a lot of 24-hour action on the charts right now, from green to red and red to green and green to red. So, but again, in a pullback, we haven't seen any dumps. So this is a project that I think a lot of people aren't willing to part with because they do see the potential. They do understand what this has to offer. And I do expect to see this list right here grow. Sorry, I should move myself out of the way there. This list right here. Yes, they've hit it big time on Binance, but they need to extend out to more options for more people because not everybody can buy on Binance. So Unilend, good stuff, you guys. Last one we're going to talk about before I talk about the one and the only one on this list that I actually have not invested in is Waifu. I mentioned Waifu on the Telegram channel last night. I saw Waifu drop to this price right here. It's right about where I got into it last night. It was 0.0074. So I actually sold a particular token to be able to get into this, and I don't even remember what it was called right now. I forget, but it's something. Oh, it was Utrust. Now listen, I've never mentioned Utrust on this channel. I've been holding Utrust for freaking ever. It's a slow. It's this project that has so much potential, but it's not seemed to realize that potential in the price growth. With what we've experienced with the massive growth in the overall market cap over the last couple of months, I'm not getting out of that token what I really wanted to. Now, I'm hoping to be able to make a good profit in Waifu and then go back into my initial investment from that project, because I do think that they could have steady growth over the long term. They're kind of trying to be a crypto type PayPal. If they can implement what they're trying to do, it's going to be massive. I have not given up on that project. I just simply saw an opportunity, and they both happen to be sitting on the same exchange. So I just exchanged one into Ether and then Ether into Waifu. Now let's talk about Waifu. Because the video I did on Waifu is one of the hidden gems. It was like a 1A. I had like a 1 and a 1A video that I did. And, I was a little nervous bringing this to light and bringing this to you guys because this, like I've said before, is the most risky asset that I have brought to light on the channel. But I also think it has a lot of reward. A lot of risks carry a lot of rewards. So, this market cap of under $7 million, the all-time high on this was a lot more than it was. I need to be able to just hit that. No, that's the 24-hour low and high. All-time high right there was 3 cents. So that's a long way to go from where it's at, and that was not that long ago. That was just on March 11th. So when I think the bull run comes back, I think that a project like this, who has basically cornered the market on anime NFTs, could actually have a lot of potential. It just needs some more marketing. It needs to be discovered. There is a huge geek squad out there in the world that loves anime. And if you watched that video before, I don't like anime. I have nothing to do with it. I'm simply looking to make money off a project that I think is going to do some big things. The trading volume is pretty low, but compared to the market cap, not that bad. I really do like it. The circulating supply, 900 million. out of a billion. So this is almost fully released. I do like to see this because that means there are no massive dumps coming. And even if they were, it would only be about 10% of what we have out there in the market right now. This project is lacking marketing. But if you go join their Telegram, there's a lot of dedicated fans in there. There's a lot of people who really love the product that they're putting out. I personally don't. I don't need a digital anime girlfriend. But, you know, a lot of people like the collectability of these kinds of things. And like I said, they've cornered the market. So if this thing takes off, that would be great. At the price I got into, a quick 4 or 5x would be awesome. I could go right back into my holding of UTrust, and then maybe I can use some of this money to get back into a more long-term project that I really like some of the ones I just mentioned, or the one I'm about to mention. I say this for last because I haven't done it yet. I keep looking at it. I keep hearing about it. Some of the people that I follow talk very highly about this project, and I'm torn, you guys. Terra Virtua Collect, TVK. It's already pumped so much, but I mean, this could really be a big project. And I don't want to be left behind kicking myself for not getting involved in this project. So here's where I come to you guys. If you could do me a favor, and if you're interested, or if you're invested, or you're thinking about investing in this project, I know a lot of people on Telegram are talking about it, please let me know in the comments below, because I do read all of them. I read all of the comments. I don't have time to reply to all of them. I wish I could, but I definitely do read them. And so let me know, because at Synalytics Crypto, we don't really talk too much about things we haven't invested in. In fact, this might actually be the first one that I'm actually, you know, bringing to light before I've put any investment into it, because I want to gather more information. The chart on it doesn't look too bad. It's sideways like a lot of other things right now, but I keep hearing so much about it from people who actually know what they're talking about, and I do like to see those kinds of things, and I appreciate that. So all-time high was $1.21. It's down 40%. Who cares? A lot of things are down. This is just March 15th, not that long ago. These assets can be very volatile based on BTC. When BTC takes a pullback, we know that alts dump. But there's also a lot of hardcore people who are either building positions right now or holding on to this project because they see the long-term potential. Of course, NFTs are extremely hot right now, and Terra Virtua is on my radar. And when I do, or if I do decide to invest in this project, I will certainly let you know. I usually let people know in the Telegram first, and then I end up making a video on it. So I am torn, you guys. I don't know what to do with this project because I really, really, really want to increase my holdings of. Sometimes I talk so much I forget what I'm talking about. I want to increase my holdings of Ethernity chain. Duh, Mike, you just talked about that. So that's the only reason why I have not invested in this yet, because I'm salivating over Ethernity chain and what they're doing, and it's hard to invest in everything because as good as it is to be spread out across multiple investments, which at this point I really am, that's a lot of eggs to nest, right? That's a lot of projects to keep an eye on. That's a lot of information to digest. And I don't know if I want to just focus on one or if I want to take a punt on this. It's just, I have to move things around, and it's work. It's work, but it beats the heck out of a 9-to-5 job. I'll tell you that right now. So that's what I wanted to bring to light for you guys. Terra Virtua Collect. Please let me know what you think. Also, let me know what you think about the current condition, because if you watched my video yesterday, we're telling you guys, me and La Planta, Corazon, we're happy here. We like what we see. We're relaxed. These dips don't bother us whatsoever because we've been through many dips before. And really, I think this market is just taking a breather. I think tax season, I think all of the things combined are giving us more sideways to the downside action than we probably would like. But you guys, and to have an extended bull run, we have to have moments like this. We have to have the downs, we have to have the sidewayses, and we have to be able to collect and coil up for the next move. Now, I will say this as well, just from personal experience. This is something I can't get from the news, I can't get from anywhere else. It's just my knowledge and understanding of the crypto space. I've been talking to a lot of family members. You guys know who you are if you're watching this video and made it this far. Thank you for the support. Thank you for spreading this throughout the family. I do have a large family on my mother's side, and but a lot of people, retail guys, retail is going to be looking to come into this space more and more and more. The retail interest is almost at a peak, and you might not see that reflected in the prices right now, but you got to remember, if you go macro, we just increased so much. We're sitting at 1.65 trillion, you guys. Not that long ago, we were just talking about, when are we going to bust a trillion? When are we going to break a trillion? And we did, and then we've almost doubled it from there. In fact, at one point we were just under 2 trillion. The market moves fast, the market moves hard. If you, like I said, macro perspective, things are actually really, really well. And that's when you have to take time to accumulate, because accumulation is important, because you lay a foundation for the next step. You don't really get to the next step without taking this one first. So, and when you start skipping steps and jumping, that's when you start heading for long-term trouble. So based on institutional investment across the board, based on what retail is doing, based on the fact that the market's still very healthy, BTC is still over $50,000. Even if we do drop and we see a pullback, like I said, I don't see it going below 48 to 47K. I'd be surprised if we broke below $40,000, because institutional investments would pour in again. You guys, the government is already talking about another $3 trillion stimulus package. Nothing that's set in stone, nothing that's really, gained a lot of momentum, but the mere mention of it, we just got this stimulus. And, we really haven't seen the effect of this stimulus in the market yet. I still think it's coming. I think, unfortunately, that says a lot about the economy in the United States. A lot more people are probably needing that money for other things than was expected. But that doesn't mean that could change at any time. Then again, we are having a pullback. People love to buy green and sell red, and we should be buying red and selling green. So look for good entry points. The fact that, and I said this in a couple of videos before, I said this is not the last stimulus package. This country's broken. The dollar's broken. I've used this prop. Well, I'm going to use it in another video, but this and this, there really isn't that much difference. I mean, both of them are made out of paper. Both of them could wipe your behind in a pinch. In fact, when things got really bad this time last year, this was more valuable than this. That should say something. So, the fact that that's happening, and the fact that they're going to have to continue to pump out stimulus, the fact that they're printing the dollar into oblivion is going to affect. It's going to affect asset prices. And I think that crypto is the most exciting, unique opportunity to be involved in if you're not willing to, or if you're willing to part with your dollars, and if you're willing to take risks. You guys, the biggest risk you can take is not taking a risk. Coin that. I'm sure I'm not the first person to say that, but that is certainly my mentality. That is certainly based on, what I understand of the economics in this country of the United States. I see us printing. I see us $34 trillion in debt. There's no way out of that. There's no way out of that. We will never, ever, ever, ever be out of debt as a nation, which is scary. So, investing in things like gold and silver, in things like Bitcoin and property, any kind of hard asset would really you're doing yourself a favor by becoming an investor. So listen, thanks you guys for being here and for making it this long in the video. If you haven't done it yet, give me the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. It's all good here on Synalytics Crypto. Like and share, subscribe, and keep this channel pumping forward so we can get good information to the people out there who really need a non-biased, non-moon boy perspective on things, and none of these, shilling platforms, and none of this 100x, tomorrow, and none of this BitBoy. One day Bitcoin's going down to 17,000, and the next day it's going to 100K, and Ethereum's going to be $50,000, and blah blah blah. We don't do that here. We just give you sound advice. We give you sound understanding and an experience, 5 years worth of experience and mistakes in this industry. So, it's coming, right? Peace.